Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports. This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana. MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports. We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of high school sports. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are at the Lincoln Hills facility for Hellgate High School as the Hellgate Knights are taking on the Butte Bulldogs on the soccer pitch. So we're just ready to go here with the start of the game and set in motion. It was beautiful day here in Missoula, scheduled for 93 degrees. We're at 89 degrees according to the Missoula County Airport. And we are ready for kickoff between the boys, Hellgate and Butte. Now Butte has been, as we wait for the kickoff, our officials getting set up. And we'll get to everything. The first soccer game of the year for Missoula Prep Sports Network to cover this year. And we get underway. We were supposed to do one on Tuesday with Sentinel or with Big Sky, as there's the whistle to start. The clock is begun. And we are underway. Hellgate coming off of another dominant season with a state championship for the boys. Butte now is in the West as we've had a rescheduling of the conferences with Belgrade being added to the AA level. So Butte now in the West. It's been a while since Hellgate has played Butte outside of postseason play, as we get a push in towards the goal. And Hellgate with 2 shots on goal right out of the gate. Hellgate this year, well, Coach Anderson bringing back a few seniors, a lot of juniors, and mainly a sophomore studded cast here. After graduating some of the top players in high school soccer in the last few years, but they are scheduled to be dominant throughout the season. Butte traveling with the varsity level and minimal numbers. Here's a run at the goal and a shot, and it's deflected. Great defensive play. We're going to have ourselves a goal kick as Butte is forced to get on their heels right out of the gate, and that's what Hellgate is so good at, is putting pressure on right out of the gate. They're very skilled through the middle of the field and understand the mechanics of working to the outside. As we get the goal kick now. And Hellgate taking over once again. Here's the drive to the box, and Butte with a good defensive play. Cleared upfield. And chased down. It'll be Hellgate throw-in on the side. Switching fields, Hellgate, using space. They do have a runner on the outside. That's Marcus Anderson, as he'll give it a head and a chip across the box into play. That would be Jonah Tisdale. And Butte will set up with another goal kick. Goal kick set up on the right side as Hellgate is shooting on the northern goal. The fields here on the Lincoln Hills facility do run north to south. As it's cleared outside, Sam Silverberg controlling. now setting in the middle of the field. Good chest stop. A header ahead. Hellgate is on, cleared to the middle of the box, and a goal kick coming. And I imagine the majority of the time today is going to be spent with Butte on their heels. Ready for the goal kick. And a good smack on the far side. Butte does get control, but Hellgate suffocating right away. And it's now back in the middle of the field. Hellgate in control. It's cleared out of bounds, and Butte will have the throw-in on the near boundary. We are set up in the southern end of the facility. We've got the soccer pitches up here and the softball field, as this one was thrown out of bounds. So Hellgate will get the throw in. Looks as though Tisdale will control the throw. Drops it back to Ralston Clemmer, and it's cleared back to the keeper. In the net today is Brendan Oberg for Hellgate, as this one's cleared out to the side and now centered. And using the full set of the field. Drop back. Hellgate very patient with the ball. And they know how to spread the field. Anderson works very diligently with these young men to make sure the field is spread. Try not to get people compact, and that's where they get dominant, is the open man. Here's a good slide tackle. The keeper is out. Good save by Logan Rope of Butte. And this one's out of bounds down the far boundary. Hellgate ball. Scoreless on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The 5 Valley Auto clock continues to tick away. Here's the throw in. Right to the middle of the field, and Hellgate once again with a good spread and trying to get it to the outside, but Butte is there, and now picked up by Tisdale of Hellgate. Anderson with the run across the top of the goal, and we've got a shot. This one's deflected, and it's in the back of the net. No offside. And the Knights will put one in the back of the net to get on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. (1-0) Hellgate on the board. Butte's going to go ahead and get the kick at midfield. And Hellgate right away on the attack. Centered. And out to Anderson. Anderson gets it ahead, onside, running start, and into the side of the net. Shot on goal. Looked like Hamilton Smith for the Knights on the shot. So the Hellgate Knights, your reigning state champion for the boys side, AA. Now soccer in the state of Montana, for those of you that are not familiar, AA and A level. There are 2 schools at the B level that participate in soccer. They play with the A level player teams, and that would be Missoula Loyola. So we'll have coverage of them coming up, as this one's centered. Crossfield, controlled by Thorin Tomlinson, and outside to Anderson. Anderson's got a good look. Slide tackle, good take by the defense of Butte. Butte will turn it, but Anderson is right back there, and it's cleared upfield by Butte. Hellgate takes over. Anderson back now outside. And centered. Good job by the Butte defense to control. And Hellgate right on top of it again. Right there is Smith. And Butte will clear it out of the box. Centered on the field. Midfielder has it, trying to get clear, and now down the near sideline. Anderson there to defend for Hellgate. Gets a foot on it and picked up very quickly by Smith. Centered Butte is there defensively, and it's turned back upfield. So as I was saying, the AA has soccer, and they've had soccer for the longest run. 91, 90. I can't remember if it was 90 or 91 that soccer became a recognized sport by the Montana High School Association. As Butte has now got it in Hellgate territory, stepped out of bounds, and Hellgate will have the throw-in. Centered back on the field, and now switch to the near side. And it will be Tisdale to control. Anderson now gets it flicked ahead to him, and Anderson will drive on the near corner. Coming in the box now, drove ahead, and a good pull out by Ropey of Butte, and the keeper has the ball. And then wasn't too long after that A was able to get the teams available to play and put it together at soccer at the state level for both boys and girls. And then recently Loyola has gotten into the action. Now it is tough for Loyola because they are a low number or limited number school. A good header play at midfield. But they participate against the A teams. Big Fork is the other B school that has soccer. Loyola and Big Fork open their season up against each other on Friday night in Missoula, with Big Fork taking both games, boys and girls. But for Loyola to field a team, as this one's out on the end line, and it's going to be turned for a goal kick. When you've got football and volleyball in the fall, it makes it tough for soccer. Those two sports, those three sports I should say, soccer, volleyball, and football, take a large number of players. So your numbers do get limited. So I've been told that the classes coming up are kind of thin, and Loyola is working on recruitment. Here's a good goal kick, and it's controlled by Tisdale. He'll feed it ahead. Controlled in the middle of the field. Now switching fields on the far side. And Hellgate on the hunt in the far corner. Centered. A flick on it, and Rope goes down. Good save by Rope. Here's the drive upfield. Hellgate squashes it before it gets to the box. Now fed outside, and Tisdale will work it down the right side of the field. Feeds it ahead to the midfielder. Flicked ahead to Anderson. Anderson has a heel on it, and a roll out of bounds. Butte throwing on in front of their own bench. But I was part of the soccer experience, as this one's going to be knocked back out of bounds. But I was part of the soccer experience. My freshman year at Big Sky High School here in Missoula was the first year they had soccer recognized by the High School Association. So I played for all 4 years for Big Sky. Did the Olympic Development Program. That's where my experience comes in. Ralston Clemmer feeds it ahead to Anderson. Anderson onside, and he'll chase it down in the near box. Fed to the top, and a shot on goal, and it's in, and Hellgate will make it 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it looks as though Hellgate is going to bring in a sub. Now, the other day when I was scheduled to do the Big Sky game versus Big Sky versus Helena, they did request to do quarterly breaks for water. So with a 40-minute clock, if they had that request today, we would see a 2-minute stoppage to allow for the water breaks. So sub coming in is Oliver Berkey for Hellgate. Berkey, a senior forward for the Knights. Ball on the far side. Hellgate getting on top of it. Now a quick flick by Thorin Tomlinson. And Hellgate with a feed to the top. Here's a shot on goal, and it's in. Hellgate takes a 3-0 lead here in the first half over the Butte Bulldogs. So Butte setting it up at midfield. And they're going to drop this to the far side. Hellgate jumps very quickly on the ball. Header by Anderson to keep it in Hellgate play. Fed ahead, run on the ball. Picked up by Hellgate. Shot, far post, blocked by Rope, and it's back out in Hellgate's position near top corner. Anderson will take a plug at it, but he is wide. And now Hellgate with 4 players up stretching for the sub. Goal kick coming. Booted smartly to midfield. Header by Hellgate to drop it back in. Fed ahead on the run. And Rope will come out and knock it out. Goal is open, but it's shot behind, and we'll have another goal kick. So Hellgate scheduled for 4 young men to come in. We'll have the girls' game coming up after this one, scheduled for 5:30. 40-minute halves for soccer. We've got the JV girls playing on the field to the west of us. Goal kick on its way up to midfield. Rope with a good foot on it, but controlled by Dane Becker. He's a captain. And Hellgate now, Butte with it. He'll feed it to the outside. Upfield, a foot on it, touched off of Butte, out of bounds, and Hellgate will have the throw in. And subs coming for Hellgate. Looks like we've got some freshmen coming in. Kind of tough to see the numbers. The scarlet red on the black with the gold outline is kind of tough. Julian Morris controlling at midfield, now up the far side. Sorry about the camera. Shot on goal, and that one's going to be in goal. And Hellgate now leading 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 23:48 left on the 5 Valiado clock. Butte dropping it straight back on the initial kick to the far side, fed out and chased down, controlled on the sideline, and Hellgate patiently drops it back at the feet of Connor King Rays, and controlled now by Roston Clemmer. Gets it to the outside. Now a run up the middle of the field. Butte does get a foot on it, but it is controlled by Hellgate. Out to the outside, pacing up the far side is Hamilton Smith. Smith with a crossover, takedown by Butte, and we're going to have a penalty here against Butte. And Hellgate will get a kick. Butte sets up a 3-man wall. Out to Smith, he'll challenge to the top of the key, 3 there, but the shot is high over the net. Got to keep your head down on those shots, otherwise they will take air, and we've got a goal kick. Keep your head over the ball when you're making the shot. As soon as you lean your head back, that's when you get air underneath the ball. Here's the goal kick by the fullback up the far side. Hellgate right there in it. Smith, and in the far corner, controlled by Butte. Challenged by Hellgate. Butte will work it out of the corner. Now up the far sideline. Hellgate regains control. Brought up field centered, and the fullback will come up, clears it out, and Hellgate will have a throw-in on the far sideline. 21:36 left in the first half. Girls coming up after this, scheduled for 5:30, as Hellgate will have a sub. It looks like Ray O'Connell might be coming in for Hellgate, and Butte will have a sub as well. Hellgate, the dominant soccer program in Missoula. Sentinel right behind, and Big Sky is building. The girls very dominant over at Big Sky. Here's a shot on goal, and it's wide. Beckett Arthur taking a crack at the goal. Warm day here in Missoula. We're going to be having some cloudy weather, possible chances of rain coming up as the goal kick is short and picked up very quickly by Hellgate. Good slide tackle, and it's forced out of bounds, and we're going to have a corner kick. Corner kick is my favorite set piece in soccer. That wasn't necessarily good at the kick itself, but as a defender, I was allowed to set up in the box on the opportunity. Here's the kick, volley in. It's going to be deep in the box and chased down to the far side. Getting it will be Hamilton Smith, and it's touched out of bounds. Smith to throw in. Butte working very hard to keep it out of the clutches of Hellgate, but Hellgate very dominant. They usually have at least two players on ball. It's cleared to the near side. Controlled by King Rays. Back to the middle now. Switching fields, a deflection by Butte, and Butte will try to control, but Smith is right there once again. Smith, a dominant midfielder, as we're going to have offsides on Hellgate. So Butte getting the free kick off of the offside. Looks like Butte had a good line set up for that offside. This one's forced upfield. A head put on it by Ralston Klemner. And it's on the ground now. Hellgate on control. Centered. Open space to the near side, so the fields are switched. Controlled by Hellgate. Fed in. Got a runner on the far side. Butte picks up the defense. It's fed in, but mishandle on the kick. And they are going to take a quarter water break. So they're going to have 2 minutes here as they stop time. And we will as well. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.fivevalleyAutosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get back into the action here at Hellgate's Lincoln Hills facility for soccer and softball. Hellgate leading 4-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And I haven't updated that scoreboard. I apologize, fans. And we get the clock rolling. Hellgate in control. They have had majority of the possession in the first half as they switch fields. During the break, they did rotate in some of their starters back in. Controlled on the far side by Hamilton Smith. Smith working it through the middle of the field, feeds it outside. Now the play across the top. Two players there ahead, but it's not going to come down in favor of Hellgate, and Butte will have a goal kick. So the Missoula Prep Sports Network, we do have your coverage of Missoula Hellgate, Sentinel, Big Sky, and Loyola soccer this year. We'll have some football for all four schools. Tomorrow night, I will be in Fairfield for Loyola versus Fairfield, and then Coleman-Caton will have Billings Senior versus Missoula Sentinel. That's going to be a good one, as Oberg will pick it up, and controlled in the middle of the field by Anderson. Teasdale now fed up to Anderson in the middle of the field. Anderson to the outside. He's got one there, and Robe with a save off the soft touch. Cleared out, and Anderson controls in the middle of the field. He's got Morse there as well. Sliding, Butte controlling. Butte's number is a little bit tougher to see. They look like they've got white on their jerseys. So I apologize I'm not getting you the names on these Butte players, as Butte does have control in the middle of the field. Bit of a bunching by Butte allows Hellgate to come up with the ball. Butte trying to gain control at midfield. Anderson is there, and Anderson very physical, able to take the ball away, and now he'll feed it. On the run is King Rays. Now on the outside, cutting back in is Hellgate, and Butte will pick it up. Ball behind the corner flag. Butte battling, and picked up by Thorin Tomlinson. And this one's going to roll in, and it's a goal by the Knights. So Hellgate with a commanding presence here against Butte. Butte will have a sub. Actually, they're going to bring two new sets of fresh legs on the field. The hot day like today, we are expected to hit up into 93. At the start of the game, we're at 88. I haven't checked the temperature since then, but it's going to climb out here on this field. Drop back. Oberger will receive, and he's going to control. Challenged. And a header at midfield by Butte. And Anderson will fight for it at midfield. It's forced upfield. Chasing it down is Hellgate, but Butte to control. Turning the corner, coming to the near side, and right there is Hellgate. Fed to the middle of the field. Control Anderson. He's got two, gets around both of them, picks up a third defender, and it's cleared out by Butte. Butte stepping up the defense. And squashing a volley by Hellgate. Hellgate with it at the top. Here's a turn, looking for the right foot. And it's a shot on goal, deflected by the defender. Nice job to bring up a goal kick. That's one thing that the Butte defense has been able to do, is control a little bit of Hellgate up front. When they get into the goal area, the only time that Hellgate, well, the 5 goals that Hellgate does have, it has been on the back side, and they're going to actually call this one a corner kick. This one's sent in. This one not as deep, and it will roll by. Hellgate will chase down to control. That's the second corner for Hellgate in the half. As this one will roll out, and this will be a goal kick. So 2 corners for Hellgate here in the first half. No shots on goal for Butte. So Hellgate maintaining the dominance throughout. And Rope, the goalkeeper for Logan Rope. Head by Thorin Tomlinson. At midfield by Hellgate. Butte to control. Butte trying to turn the tables as we move to 12 minutes left in this first half. It's down the far sideline and controlled by Smith. He'll touch it out of bounds, and Butte will have a throw in Hellgate territory. And Butte set for a sub now. So 11 players on the field, including the keep, as Butte will have the throw-in. We get a whistle, and they're going to have a rethrow. Hellgate control on the rethrow. And Hellgate very quickly back into it. Centering it. Drop back. Tisdale. Tisdale with room on the near side. Butte will now close, and it's fed ahead. And O'Connell will chase it down. Centered up, but Butte getting a foot on it. Butte turning it. And we're going to get a whistle, and this is going to go against Butte as DeGraw goes down. So Hellgate with the free kick. Very quickly back into it. Coach Anderson likes to have his guys in rhythm. Good footwork by the Butte player at their box, but too many Hellgate players, and Hellgate will drop it back to maintain control. Smith on the far side. Centers it up. At the top. Good give and go. Centered at the goal, and a touch on it. It's going to come off the crossbar. Great job by King Rays there of Hellgate. Right place, right time, but as he's demonstrating, the foot just a slight bit off. Goal kick coming. So for Butte on their boys' side, they have 9 players on the under varsity. They've got about 16 on JV, so quite a few of these players. They do have some on the bench over there that are playing at the varsity level, though JV. Butte moving to the Western Conference for AA. As here's a run, fed outside. Thorne Tomlinson now feeds it in, a deflection. Butte to control and clears it out. And we'll have a throw in for Hellgate. But as I mentioned earlier, Butte moving to the Western Conference of AA Montana High School Sports, with Belgrade being upgraded to the AA level from A. And they're going to move the throw in upfield. DeGraw on the throw. He's going to go deep on the end line. He's got Thorne volleyed to the top and cleared out to the near side. Back to the middle of the field. Too much. And the Butte defender will control with the Hellgate player right there. But Belgrade upgrading to the AA level brings Butte to the western side. So your western AA teams, as this one's across the top of the goal. Good control by Hellgate to maintain. Lots of space and time. Now a chip to the top, a volley, and this one's going to be high in front of the goal. Good job by Rope as he punches it out of there. Now a header by Hellgate, and this will turn into a goal kick. But the western side of the state now consisting at the AA level, Glacier, Flathead, Big Sky Sentinel, Hellgate, Helena, Capital, and Butte. Then on the western side, it's Bozeman, Belgrade, Great Falls, CMR, Senior, Skyview, and West out of Billings. So moving from 14 to 15 teams in the West, in AA, as this one's out to the far side. Good chest stall to flick it ahead, but Hellgate to control. Fed to the middle. Butte with a foot on it. Now Hellgate in control once again. Here's a crack on the goal and a good save by the keeper for Butte. But all conferences getting, or actually the AA and the A level getting a shift. C does have some shift in their conferences from year to year. As far as when it comes to football, they realign things with co-ops being in place. Good clear by the defender of Butte. Hellgate now still in control at the top. Now it's centered up, switching fields. And now centered, good deflection. When we first started soccer, there wasn't as many teams, even at the AA level, so we didn't have conference set east or west. Big Sky Sentinel and Hellgate each had a team, and yes, in the 90s, Hellgate was just as dominant as they are now. Sentinel with a little bit more domination, but Hellgate was still a power player in high school soccer in the state. Both on the boys and girls side, that's one thing that they've had consistent through the years, is the girls have played just as well as the boys for Hellgate. We had one team out of Kalispell. We had one team out of Billings. Great Falls and Helena were not in the mix the first couple of years. Here's a clear to the outside, and the Butte defender will get there first, but very quickly taken away as Hellgate. It's cracked to the far side, across the lip of the goal, and out of bounds. Goal kick coming. So we approach the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Hellgate dominating 5-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Butte with the free kick. Butte has been in the Hellgate's end of the field, deep enough to consider to be in the Hellgate's end of the field 3 times on the game. No shots on goal. As we get one here, and Hellgate adds to their tally off the foot of Lars Thorne Tomlinson. And both teams looking to substitute players. Looks like Anderson's going to come off for Hellgate. No, Anderson's still on there on the field. It's Morse, Julian Morse coming off for Hellgate. And those are the numbers I can see. With Butte, they've got the white on white with a purple outline, so I'm not able to pick up a very, very thin outline on the numbers. Hellgate, a little bit easier, black jerseys with the scarlet numbers, but still at a distance. Here's the feed, and a good hesitation. The keeper is out, and a clear by the defender for Butte. Great backup for that fullback to step in after Rope came out to deflect. Back to the top. Hellgate's got a touch. Rope with a foot on it. Now it's placed back in. Rope is there, and it's cleared out. And back into play, and the keeper will dive on it for the save. High kick. Header by Hellgate to center it. And Tisdale will control. Centered. Now to the far side. Hellgate will switch fields. Deep on the far side. Now brought into the box. Trying to center it. Crossed, and it's in goal. Hellgate jumps up ahead. 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 3 minutes left in the first half on the 5 Valley Auto clock. And it is warm out here in the Rattlesnake for soccer. Girls coming up at 5:30. Halftime coming up very shortly. So we tick down to 2:37. Now the clock will stop at 2 minutes, and that allows for stoppage time by the officials. So we'll try to hit that 2-minute mark as close as possible. Bar on the far side. Hellgate to control. It's Smith. Smith fed up, now to the center. Thorne Tomlinson. And now the push up the far sideline by Hellgate. Smith to center it in, and they're going to say out of bounds. Butte on the throw-in. So we've hit the 2-minute mark in the half. 2 minutes left. Hellgate leading. Hellgate on the run. And they have dominated most. They've had time of possession, shots on goal, domination throughout the whole first half. Throw in coming for Hellgate. Butte trying to clear it out using the left foot. Looks like not accustomed to the left foot kick as it came off awkward. Hellgate to control at the top. Fed to the top of the box. Now out to the far side. Hellgate is there. To the near side. And good defense to force it out, and a goal kick. The third corner kick coming for Hellgate. Short drop, volleyed over the heads of everybody. It's going to roll out on the end line, and Butte will have the goal kick coming. Just moments away from the half. Hellgate boys dominating Butte. Control. Hellgate will let it roll now with it. And they're going to say goal kick once again. Good boot to the far side. Touch by Hellgate, controlled by Smith. Smith is going to work it to the middle of the field. A touch, now to the top. Looking for a shot. It's going to be in the back of the net. No flag. And Hellgate adding to the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it looks like Coach Anderson warming up his backup keeper, Ben Vetter, as we get the whistle to start after the goal. Forced to the opposite side. Hellgate now taking over, pushing, coming to the near side. Here's the flick ahead. And Rope is there. Control and a defender with a foot on it. It is out. And Hellgate with a goal kick. Waiting for the official. He has the official time as we've come to the 2-minute mark. He does check his clock, checks his watch once again. Here's the corner getting set. Hellgate bunched to the back of the box. They'll make their run. And it's right into the mitts of the keeper. Very quickly to toss it out down the near sideline. Chasing it down, it's Hellgate to control. The good turn. Back inside. A flick. Switching fields now. And we get a whistle. Offside call. Butte with the second offside setup. And out of bounds into the crowd. Hellgate with the throw. Looks like Smith will take it. Hellgate switching fields. One man open. Gaining control. Tisdale flicks it ahead. Chase down by Tisdale. Flick to the outside, and now controlled by DeGraw. DeGraw setting up. Deuce with it. Deuce gaining control. Switching over. And cleared out. Now to the top. Center field. Switching fields. Smith to control. He'll flick it to the outside. Waiting for that official's whistle, and we might have been off a little bit on time. They do stop the time. He'll check his watch. Whistle comes close to the mouth, but it's still running as the official. And there's the call for halftime. So the Hellgate Knights dominant in the first half here at the Hellgate facility for soccer and softball. We'll be back with halftime right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. You've been watching high school sports.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Construction is tough work. Lonebro is an energy services company with more than 900 employees. Lonebro's third largest expense was health insurance.
Payne West partnered with Lonebro to create a health and wellness program. Lonebro built an in-house gym, and together we developed a biometric screening program.
Since initiating our program, our employees are happier, healthier, and more productive, and our costs are lower.
Payne West Insurance, a partner in the health of your business.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as we've got halftime between the Hellgate boys and the Butte boys. Hellgate leading 8-0 here at the half. The girls will play next, scheduled for 5:30. Tomorrow night, I will be in Fairfield, Montana for the Loyola Rams and the Fairfield Eagles. This could be a game that would be a preview to a postseason game, as both teams are on point. Loyola coming off of a big win over Huntley Project last week. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have more of your halftime. You're watching High School Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Chris Stratton Show is Missoula's resource for local high school sports. Get fresh takes like...
But this year shows a lot of difference. We're all working together. We're having fun. We're competing. No injuries. And I think we're just there.
Get the rest of the show by downloading the podcast on iTunes or at www.thechrisstrattonshow.com.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry, Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We are about ready to start the second half here at Hellgate as the Hellgate Knights, the boys, are leading 8-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So we're all set to go. The team's about ready to come back out. Hellgate with 8 goals. They've had 3 corner kicks, all 3 corner kicks. Only 3 corner kicks in the game, and all 3 of them coming from the Hellgate side. Girls will be coming up at 5:30. There's the whistle to call the players to the field. The JV girls are playing on the field next to us. Now tomorrow, we will be both in Missoula and Fairfield. I'll be out in Fairfield for the Loyola versus Fairfield game, and then Coleman Caton will be here in town for Senior versus Sentinel. And MPSN will be able to get in for some Hellgate football games this year. Very excited about Hellgate football this year with Raleigh Wooster and stuff that has been built up over there, the building stages for Hellgate. They're working on that, and it's been a lot of fun watching that Hellgate program. And it's a program, even though I was a Big Sky, or I am a Big Sky graduate, Big Sky alum, I love my Missoula teams. And I had a parent ask me one time, why don't you wear a Sentinel hat? Why don't you have Sentinel stuff? And for me, I don't really like to just have one school in representation. For me, the apparel that I pick up here locally is Missoula Mavericks baseball, Strikers soccer, those types of teams where there's a collaboration of all the schools. So we are set to go. Hellgate will now be moving towards us. They will have the southern end goal, and the keeper that has been moved in for Hellgate is going to be Ben Vetter, number 21. And Hellgate, or Butte, will have possession to start the second half. 8-0 Hellgate on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And the officials, there's the whistle. The clock will begin, and we are back underway in the second half. And Butte trying to maintain that control. That was something that Hellgate had in that first half, as Hellgate maintained time of possession and control of the ball for the majority of it. Ball down the far side. This one's going to be crossed, and Butte with a foot on it to defend it out of there. Poke at it. Hellgate players are there. Controlled. Going to be dropped back. Cleared to the near side. And Hellgate will maintain control. They'll drop it back now. Back. And now that they're at this end, I'll be able to see those Butte numbers a little bit easier. Hellgate being more patient now with the ball as it's flicked ahead. Andrew Lodmell with it. Lodmell with a flick onto it, and the keeper will pick it up on the run. Off the foot and touched very quickly by Hellgate. Here's the chase down by Anderson. Anderson will bring it into the near corner. Stop between the legs. Great move by Anderson. And we get bodies on the ground in the box. Anderson maintains control. Anderson now, touch across. He's going to take a shot, and it's off the gloves into the net. And there's the first goal of the first half, a minute and a half in. And the Knights increase the lead 9-0. Anderson just an animal there in the box. Had a player take him down from behind. Anderson only a sophomore for Hellgate. And he'll come up and challenge, right back with it on the foot. And now the drop back. Switching fields to the near side. Now switching it to the center of the field. Morse will clear it to the far side. Picked up now by Hellgate. Centered to Anderson. Anderson with a dribble. Now feeds it ahead. Ball in the box. Switched around. Shot on goal, and it's in there. And shot is by Beckett Arthur. And Arthur with the goal to give the Knights a 10-0 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Butte with the catch. Dropping back. Anderson on the challenge. Hellgate right there. Butte trying to switch fields. They do get a switch on it. And it's dropped back. Hellgate's going to go ahead and push. Switching fields. Brought up the near side. Controlled by Hellgate. Centered to Arthur. Arthur will switch fields. Centered. It's McMahon. McMahon, I apologize. Now on the run. Smith has it. It's going to be stretched out too far for Smith to get to it, and it will have a corner kick for Rope. A chip. Short. Butte gets a touch on it, but Hellgate is there to control. And we get a whistle by the official. And we get a yellow card coming out against Butte. They want to set a wall up. So a three-man wall will be set up against this free kick. Sub coming for the Bulldogs. Hellgate switching fields. Middle of the field, fed to the top of the box. It's Anderson. Oh, a touch, and we get a whistle offsides on Hellgate. Andrew Lodmell. And that's inside the box, so the keeper will take this one. I've got Logan Roop. Header to put it back into Butte's territory. Hellgate to challenge. Ball on the far side. Player down. Free kick coming for Butte. Good touch. Hellgate, though, with the head on it to control. Butte is there. Anderson in the middle of the field. Footwork by Anderson. Brought up field. Now outside. It's a run by Arthur. Arthur to the goal. Centers it for Anderson. Anderson with a chip, but it's half a soccer ball over the top of the net. And a goal kick coming for the Bulldogs. Chip, and it'll be chipped out of bounds, out of reach, and Hellgate gets the throw in on the near side. Short throw to Arthur. Drop back, now centered. Butte with a foot on it. Anderson's there as the pesky fly, and it's out of bounds, rolled, and Hellgate with the touch. They go backwards on the throw, dropping it back, I should say. Ball at midfield, now flicked ahead. Arthur's got to chase it down. He's got to play on it if he can reach it. Arthur now centers it up. Anderson is there, too much on the touch. And Butte will chase it down. Picked up by Hellgate. Smith now. Smith with a play to the inside. Smith looking to the field, and he'll have a deflection on his set. Once again, defender is there. Great defensive play by the fullback. Touched. Morse will have it on the outside. Out of bounds, and Butte gets a throw in their own territory. Very quick throw, and it's flicked right back out of bounds, and Hellgate gets the ball back. Hellgate with 2 quick goals to start the half to make it 10-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And they're going to call offsides, so a free kick deep in Butte's territory. Ball will be picked up by Eisen Padbury and sent ahead. Chased down by Hellgate. Butte player is there. Flicked back. The goalie will pick it up, and the goalie is going to switch fields. Far side now. Lots of time and space. Flicked ahead. Now centered. Chased down. Hellgate to control. Hellgate looking to switch fields. Lots of space on the near side, so they'll use it. Butte trying to close in. Hellgate looking to take advantage of the clump in the middle of the field, and they've been moving it downfield back and forth. Now it's played ahead to Smith. Chased down by Butte, and Smith is there. Touched out of bounds, and it is a free kick for Butte. About a yard in play off the end line. Defender taking the kick for Butte. Good chip, midfield. Bodies vying for position, but very quickly picked up. Butte on the run. Butte with a run. They have a shot on goal, and Butte will have their first shot on goal. A save for Ben Vetter. Butte looking to keep the press, but Hellgate taking control. Hellgate using the middle of the field. A touch, and Butte will have it. A shot on goal, and Vetter will have another pickup on a save. And I think Anderson has switched out most of his starters and letting some of these younger players. There's a thick group of sophomores with this varsity squad, and a good flick out of bounds. That's Kyler Kuke, and Hellgate will have the throw in. Hellgate looking for a substitution here. 2 players off. Throw taken by Richter, Griffin Richter. Hellgate maintains control. Ball in the center of the field. Now out to Anderson. Bunched players, which is unusual for Hellgate on the near side. Anderson is there. Butte with some control. Now it's flicked up field by Butte. Rolls out of bounds, and Hellgate will have the throw in to be taken by King Rays. Hellgate maintains control. Now we did have stoppage time at the 20-minute mark for water for these young men in the first half. I'm sure that they will do the same thing in the second half. We are scheduled to get to 93 degrees today. Hellgate maintaining control but patient with the ball. Play to the goal. Centered. Anderson is there, but it's played upfield. Good chest stop by Arthur and drop back. Defenders get involved in the play. And switching fields is Hellgate. Up the near side. Morse to center it. 2 black jerseys there, but Butte gets a foot on it. And Hellgate back into the mix very quickly. They swarm the ball. Set back outside for Lodmell, and it's out of bounds by Butte. Throw in coming for Hellgate. Hellgate with another substitution coming. Throw in. Pick up. Good center by Morris. To the outside to McMahon. A touch. Now Hellgate in control on the far side. McMahon touches it to the middle of the field. A run. They'll go wide. Morris is there. Comes out to the outside. It's Richter. Richter trying to get to the outside. Richter with a touch and a whistle. And this is going to be a free kick for Hellgate just outside of the box. Looks like Richter. Nope, they're going to have Arthur take the kick. Four-man wall set by Butte. The official backing the wall up. Here's the touch into the box and a header to clear it out. Butte now to push it out on the far side. Butte with control. Hellgate with the takeaway. Centered back. It's Anderson. Anderson outside the box. Looked like he wanted to take a crack, but he's going to finesse it to the outside. Comes to the near side to Lodmell. Lodmell will take the crack. A slow roller. Keeper is there. And a shot on goal with a save. Ball out of bounds on the throw by the keeper of Butte. Lodmell flicks it. He'll pick it up himself. Now Lodmell to the middle of the field. Touched by Butte and cleared. Getting the touch is Eisen Padbury. Hellgate backing off. Butte not pressing the defenders to try to challenge the ball. You get the wind picked up here. Up the Rattlesnake in Missoula. Hellgate being in town in Missoula, they don't have the space for having outdoor facilities. Of course, the football program, they practice at what's called the River Bowl. Here's the run by Arthur, the flick, and this one's in the goal. And the Knights will make it 11-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So yeah, with Hellgate being, the school being facilitated almost downtown Missoula, there isn't space Football program, as I said, practicing over at River Bowl as we get back into action after the goal. The football team does play at Missoula County Public Stadium, which is located out by Big Sky. And a touch out of bounds, it'll give it to Butte on the throw-in. Butte looking to sub. Track program sharing the facility at Sentinel with Sentinel. They do a few things down at River Bowl for track. The soccer facilities, though, where we are, and softball, it's a facility that was built by the Hayes family. Not completely funded by the Hayes family, but I know that the Hayes family worked on a majority of this. Butte trying to work it into the box, and Hellgate takes it away. But in the 90s, this facility was built up here in the Rattlesnake, which is the northeastern part of Missoula, that for those of you that are not familiar with the Rattlesnake. And the Lincoln Hills, they've got some property out here. They built a soccer pitch and a softball diamond, and we get an offside flag. A free kick coming. Hamilton Smith, very dominant for the Knights. Smith, a 5'9" defender that's a senior. The lacrosse team plays up here as well. Of course, lacrosse not recognized by the Montana High School Association, so the lacrosse club does get to use this facility for their games. They're not allowed to practice out here, but they do get to use it for their games. It's a great little facility nestled up in the Rattlesnake here in Missoula. Substitutions coming as Tisdale will be brought back on, and trying to check the number of the other young man. I want to say it's number 11, Campbell Ralston Klemner, but he's far enough upfield I can't see him. Ball in the center of the field, picked up by Morris. Morris will bring it to the near side. Anderson was subbed out with that last group of substitutions. As we work towards that 20-minute mark, Hellgate on the run, good touch, control, and it is Ralston Klemmer that was subbed in. Offside call. Free kick coming for Butte. And a good chip by Padbury for Butte. Hellgate right there, dominant control, and they'll get the throw in on the near sideline. Hellgate looking to switch fields. And control, lots of space and time. Flicked ahead. Morris now back to the middle of the field, miscommunication, and it's picked up by Butte. Butte with a touch ahead. Hellgate takes over, switching fields, coming to the near side. Standing on the near side is Andrew Lodmell. Lodmell will feed it ahead, and we get another offside call. Great job by Butte to hold that back line and get the offside. And with soccer, for those of you that are not familiar, offsides comes when the ball is advanced to a player and the offensive player is farther ahead than the defensive player. So that's where the offside call comes into play. Padbury will take this one. He's got a good touch on the ball. A header to the middle of the field, and Vetter will pick it up out of the box. He's going to roll it right out to his defender. A lot of times that's the best play. It's not always the drop kick. And as you can see right now, Hellgate moving it upfield. We get a whistle, and a red card comes out for Butte. We'll try to get a number off of that young man that picked up the red card. Now, the red card comes out. We did see a yellow flashed earlier, but I'm not quite sure if that yellow was for the same young man. But he'll be subbed out. Looks like an 8 on that jersey. And if it's an 8, it's got to be a 6. It'd be Christian Sherman, the senior defender. Because there's no 8 on the roster here. Oh, yes, it is. There is an aided. That would be Braden Henningsen off the JV side. So Hellgate with the free kick down the far side after the red card. Touch by Tisdale on the far side. He'll touch it out on the drop. Now into the corner. Here's the volley across the header, and we get an offside in front of the box. And the center official a little bit behind on that call. Doesn't look like we're going to take the 20-minute break for water in the second half like we did in the first. Good boot up the far side. And Hellgate back in control. Here it's cleared up to the near side. Chasing it down is Hellgate. And he's not going to be able to get it to the... Yeah, he does save it in. Sorry about the camera, but it's the keeper that picks it up. Great effort by Lodmell to chase it down, but nobody there to help him out. Hellgate will have control on the drop kick. Switching fields. Lots of time and space on the far side of the field. We've got the girls coming up next here on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. They are scheduled for 5:30. And I imagine it'll be another dominant game with the Butte players. Here's McMahon at the near side with it. McMahon will drop it back. Good footwork. And a volley into the box. Butte to control. Hellgate's right there to cover it up. Morris now at the feet of Thorne Tomlinson. And now on the far sideline. Volley to the middle of the field. Around, and the defender is there. Great effort, and it's cleared out to the far side. Hellgate is there, but the defender will have the touch out of bounds. Hellgate with the throw in, and we get a whistle. And they will call the timeout for water. We'll step aside while the young men water up. You're watching Hellgate Soccer on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash, on reserve across from Large Pond.
Half price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN after the water timeout. Hellgate with the throw in and Hellgate with control. Ball cleared to the near side. Chase down. And Hellgate to control. Challenge. A step. Shot. Deflected. Actually, that was a volley, and the ball's going to roll out, and Hellgate will have the throw in right in front of us. Throw in, and we get a whistle. Free kick coming. Joe Phillips stepping in. Whistle to start play. And I did not start the clock, so we're going to be off on the clock by a few moments. Butte with a chance to push it as Rope will clear it. He's going to bring it to near to midfield. It's going to roll and have a Butte roll, but Vetter will come out for Hellgate. Vetter to place it to the far side, now centering it to Thorne Thompson. And it's rolled to the near side. Hellgate very dominant on the ball, and that's much in part to coaching, characteristics, and technique. Ball comes to the near side, chased down, it'll be offsides, Butte ball. Trying to get to Lodmell. Approaching the 15-minute mark in the second half. Free kick coming for Butte. To be taken by Padbury. Padbury is going to go up the near sideline. He does have a player up there, chased down, and Hellgate with the control. Butte is there. Thorne Thompson will fight for it, and he'll switch it to the near side. He's got a runner. That'd be Tisdale. Tisdale on the outside fighting for it. Butte to control. Out of bounds, and Hellgate will have the throw in. Whistle coming with a substitution. And it looks like they're going to bring Lodmell off. And we'll wait for the young man to turn so we can see his back to get the jersey number. I want to say it's number 19, DeGraw. As Hellgate ready for the throw-in. And it is DeGraw. Joe DeGraw. Butte working it, clearing it out. Chase down, and Vetter with the sidestep. Hellgate now with the push. Butte getting a little bit more time in the Hellgate's end of the field. Substitutions are different. I know we had the World Cup this summer, and I know, and some of you might be wondering, well, how come they're getting so many substitutions? With high school, there isn't the limitation like in World Cup play. Now, when we first started soccer back in my day, back in the old days, as they say, as this one's fed ahead, Tisdale will have the chase down. Tisdale with a run into the box. Tisdale with a volley. Backside, and it's in the goal. McMahon builds the lead to 12-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard in favor of Hellgate. So Butte to get the ball at midfield. Now, as I was saying, back in the old days when we first started playing soccer at the high school level, there was the 2 players per half substitution rule, but they've loosened that up at the high school level in Montana, and you get more substitutions per half. And it allows players to get in when you have a dominant team. Both sides get to filter in some of their players where they don't normally do, so you get more experience time for those players. When you've got situations like today where you've got the needle jumping up over 90 degrees, getting some fresh legs on the field is key as well. As it's cleared. And out of bounds, far side. Just under 12 minutes left. Butte with the throw in on the far side, trying to figure out where he's going to go because Hellgate players dotting the Butte players. McMahon with control, coming to the near side, space. DeGraw's got to chase it down. DeGraw's not going to be able to get to it. He does get to it to keep it in. DeGraw with a touch to the box. No whistle on the play as DeGraw goes down. And it's chipped ahead upfield. That runner upfield is number 12 with the red headband. Cale Anzik for the Bulldogs. He's had some time on the field. He's got the bright red headband and the bright red cleats. Butte battling. They've got the out of bounds whistle, and they're going to say it's Hellgate with the throw in. And substitutions set to come on. Just about 10:40 left to play here. We'll have the girls, they're scheduled at 5:30. I imagine they'll have about 20 minutes between games to allow the teams to warm up on the field. Both teams are warming up on the sidelines or behind us. Here's the chip to bring it to midfield. Fighting DeGraw, and cleared out by the defender. Chased down by Richter. And switching fields is Hellgate. Touch, now Morris up ahead. He's got Tisdale. Tisdale with room and time. Defender does streak back. Volley to the middle of the field, and the keeper is there before Ralston Clemmer. Rushed out right away, but picked up by McMahon. DeGraw feeds it. Now near side, it's Stevens. Across the top of the goal, the keeper is there, fought for, and the keeper will put it between his legs and hold the ball with his legs. And he'll come up holding his calf. Defender's going to come and help him up. A little bit of a gimp there. Just under 10 minutes left in the second half. Hellgate dominating. High drop kick to midfield. Butte with the touch on it, but Hellgate is there. And Hellgate will control. Good feed. Chip to the near side. Chase down. Hellgate is there. It's DeGraw. DeGraw comes into the near corner. DeGraw with the defender. Cuts to the inside. Defender gets a foot on it. DeGraw is there to keep pace, but it's cleared out by James Dare. Out of bounds. Butte throw in on the near side. And Hellgate will take it away. Across. Comes to the near side, or far side. Lots of time and space, fed up to Tisdale. Tisdale drops it back. McMahon with it. McMahon spreads it wide. Morris now with some play. McMahon. Drop back. Defenders for Butte now playing on the ball. It's Richter on the near side. Richter will cross inside. Touch, Stevens. Stevens drops it back to DeGraw. DeGraw with room. He's got a defender. Now it's fed to Morris, top of the box. Morris now with a touch outside. McMahon with a touch forward, and it'll be a pickup by the keeper on the save. We approach the 7-minute mark. Drop kick to midfield, a head put on it by Hellgate. Stevens will chase it down, cuts it back to the middle of the field. Stevens now switching field. Defender is there ahead of Tisdale. Tisdale with a foot, chest stall, flicked ahead to Tisdale on the far side. Tisdale now sets, centers it. Defender is there, keeper is there. We get a whistle, and it's going to be Butte ball. So Hellgate picking up the pace now on the Butte side of things. We're up with the kick. Hellgate is there. Drop back, controlled by Silverberg. Now switching fields, lots of room and space on the near side of the field. Stevens will come to the outside. It's Richter. Richter fed up to DeGraw. DeGraw has Stevens. Stevens has got it with a touch. Stevens back to the middle of the field. Morris. Morris looks to switch fields. He's going to bring it up with space. Defender is there. Now switches it to Tisdale on the far side. Tisdale stops, drops it back, and Hellgate will reset. Switching fields now. Fed into Stevens. Stevens with a touch. Trying to get it ahead. Stevens comes back into control. Stevens through two defenders. Now outside. Stevens with a step. Stevens now drops it back. And Hellgate will restep. Stevens now switching fields. Coming to Tisdale now on the near side. As Richter picks it up. Richter will take a step. Defender is there. Richter now with a push. He's got men on top. We get a step and we get a whistle. Free kick coming. A half a soccer ball outside the box in front of us. It is Stevens to take the kick. And Stevens will send it, touch on it. Hellgate does get a touch. Butte is there. Morris settles. Cleared out by Butte. Flicked back in. A touch on it. Looking to settle, and Butte and Hellgate will settle. Letting the ball come to him is Richter. Richter will drop back. Just under 5 minutes left in the game. All Hellgate domination. Only 2 shots on goal by Butte. And they came in the second half. Here's a flick to Morris. Morris with space on the far side. He'll bring it in across the top of the goal. Controlled, flicked, and it'll come out of bounds. Goal kick coming. Now, just as it did in the first half, here in the second half, we will have clock stoppage at 2 minutes for bonus time. Or, I guess it is considered bonus time. Roop with a good kick, but controlled by Hellgate. Flicked ahead. And taken over by Butte. Butte's going to try to work it up the far side. And Hellgate takes it over. Morris now in the middle of the field. McMahon with the drop to Tisdale. Tisdale comes to Richter on the near side. Richter now with a touch. And out of bounds off of the Butte player, James Darr. McMahon centers it. Morris. Morris has got one on. He'll switch fields. Lots of time and space on the far side now. Flicked ahead. McMahon goes to the outside. It's going to roll to the boundary, but stays in. Now centered. A header to clear it. Defender steps in. Hellgate with control by Morris. It's Stevens now. Wanting to use the far side is Hellgate. There's lots of space out there. A little bit more bunching on this near side. And offsides is called. 3 minutes left. Unofficially. In the first game between Butte and Hellgate. We'll have the girls coming up shortly after this game. Butte will keep it tight. Chased on. Good play by Butte. Feeding it ahead, and Vetter will come out to pick it up. Vetter has got a bunch of room in that box, and he's going to roll it to Tisdale on the near side. 2:30 left, unofficially. Tisdale Looking to switch. Hellgate maintaining control. We'll stop the clock at 2 minutes, or as close to 2 minutes as possible. Here's the run by McMahon. McMahon with the keeper challenge. She'll step back. Step by Morris, and Morris will have it in the goal. Good play by the Knights. Unselfish play. As Hellgate will take a 13-0 lead over Butte with roughly 2 minutes left. It'll depend on stoppage time. Now it's stoppage time, garbage time, however you call it. That is determined. How many times the ball is stopped for situations on goals, corner kicks, cards, penalties, stuff like that. Those few moments add up, and that's where injuries, that's where the bonus time comes into play. Hellgate being patient just to burn that time out. And they'll let it go out of bounds. Butte will have the throw in. Flick ahead. Hellgate in control. Tisdale with it now. Under the 2 minutes. Outside, DeGraw. He's got Richter running. Richter will receive it. Richter coming to the nearest flag. Picked up by the defender. Defender with a touch on it. Here's Richter into the box. And it's going to go to the out of bounds. And that is game. The Hellgate Knights get the win over the Butte Bulldogs. Ladies come up next in about 20 minutes. You've been watching Hellgate Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We'll talk to you in about 20 minutes, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports. MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness. Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.